All right, well, I guess that kind of brings us into just briefly, because I don't know much on it. Today is Easter. So shout out to everybody who is Christian and who follows the holidays and do all that. I'm saying that to say as respectfully as I can. I don't myself celebrate Easter or really too many national holidays. Like, I mean, let me not be completely like politically correct and say, well, not politically correct. That's not even the word I'm looking for. Let me not act like I don't partake. Like, I have nieces and nephews. I do have a girlfriend who on Christmas and things like that, you still partake in the spirit of gift giving, I guess. But I guess I do celebrate certain ones. The Christian holidays, the pagan holidays, as people would paint them, I'm not really super religious. So I don't follow them for any biblical reasons. I do have a homie who's been trying to put me up on game about holidays, why he doesn't celebrate them. He grew up Jehovah's Witness, but he's not super churchy, but he's just, he's familiar with the book. And he's been telling me, man, like, these aren't the real times. These aren't, like, this wasn't Resurrection Day. And then, like, Christmas wasn't the real birth of. And, like, because even like our calendar is out of whack. So as far as like the date even being a date, it's pretty much considered pagan because it's used as something for monetary gain or like a capitalistic profit, right? We live in a country where everything they have to maximize to get the dollar out of it. So they turn these holidays, from what I'm hearing, they turn these holidays into really being consumerist based, where they have to find a reason for on these days that are celebrated for you to spend a shit ton of money. Christmas, whatever, Thanksgiving, whatever these holidays are, the idea is to make money. And I've read something that they made billions of dollars just for Easter gifts. And the fact of like, if Easter is really meant for the resurrection, then why is it a bunny hatching an egg? Like, and eggs, you paint eggs, like, it's too comical for me at this point, really, to like, Bro Hairline owns its own beauty salon on Slauson. Wolf Rose, that is comedy. I had to get interrupted to see that. My bad. Oh my goodness. Oh, but so, when I look at what I would consider my pineal gland being open a little bit, and I step outside the box of like a United States citizen or like a consumerist, and you start to realize what these holidays are really for and what they really don't symbolize, it just made me pull away from partaking in them, like crazy, or like celebrating them like, oh my God, it's Easter. Oh my God, it's Thanksgiving or Christmas. Like, that's just my take on it. So for me, I want to talk to y'all because I don't want to be the person who's on here acting like I know everything about these holidays. I even hit my homie today like, hey, can you give me some more context on why Easter is not considered the real resurrection and all that? He sent me a link and I was reading it, but it's really wordy and it's a lot. So I didn't get to consume it for real and digest it before I got on here with y'all. And I know there's people that do celebrate Easter and celebrate these holidays. So give me some ideas. What up, the team? I'm glad you checking in, man. You ain't never late. No matter what time you tap in, you here, brother. Appreciate you. Your friend is right. Good old pagan holiday. Study Saturnalia. What bunnies and eggs got to do with Jesus? Yeah, Vinny, I'm telling you, bro. I don't know what Saturnalia is. You're going to have to put me up on that. Charles Oakley, you got a good take too, man. I don't celebrate anything but my birthday. Damn. Christmas is really a Roman holiday. Uncle Biscuit said it too. Saturnalia. What? Oh, man. Y'all niggas got to put me up on game, bruh. Christianity and Judaism's the biggest scam of all time. As Charles Oakley said. I feel like religion is a way to keep us trapped and keep us in this ideology of like prayer is your only way to reach the afterlife in a positive light, I guess. Whatever you decide to call your heaven or hell or whatever you go by. I think it's just like it's like a cult in a sense, respectfully. And it's like when you follow a book, in my opinion, that's been rewritten a lot and doesn't really have its true foundation anymore, or to find the real root of things, it takes a lot more knowledge than a lot of people in these churches are probably putting in. So they're just getting the surface base. And to me, it looks like a lot of like zombie-ish activity. And I've never really been a churchy person, so I'm not speaking against it per se, but it wasn't never for me. And with the holidays following suit, it just looks like we've been told something for decades and centuries, and like that's all we know. That is all we know. We pass down what we learned centuries ago, and we pass it down and we pass it down and we pass it down, and that's like just what we're taught. You know what I mean? Like that's why if you are a conspiracy theorist or somebody with your third eye open, you're looked at weird, because it's like the masses have been taught this for centuries. This is all we know. We know Christmas, we know Thanksgiving, we know Easter, we know all the shit. And it's like, me being a person who likes to be able to see cold hard facts, or you got to be able to prove it to me to a certain extent, none of that shit really has been making sense to me, to just believe that there's nobody alive, right, that was around when this book was written. Respectfully. There's nobody alive over 120 years old in this country that can talk, probably, that can even tell you what was going on in 1900. So it's like, how much information, and we know what this country does with information in our history. They erase it and they try to paint over it, or paint it as something different. So what can we really believe anymore? You know what I mean? Like, that's my battle with religion and holidays that celebrate religion. And like, I'll partake in Christmas for the sake of like my niece and nephew, or if I have kids, I'll partake for the sake of the kids. My girlfriend maybe, but like getting Christmas trees and decorations and like the manger whole little, I just never really resonated with me, to, especially as an adult, to be like, oh, that's something I need to make sure I partake in, or I don't believe in God. You know what I mean? So it's been a battle with me, but as I've gotten older, I've realized maybe this shit is all really a game, and it's really all like a facade of like distraction in a sense, consumerism, make you spend your money, make you kind of be blinded and believe, make your kids. And I feel like, you know what? Now that context matters. Now that I'm talking this out loud, it all makes sense. And I know this is probably somewhere I can find it. So I'm not saying I'm the one who thought of this, but it's like every single main holiday or something to celebrate in this country comes with a cartoony kiddie attraction. Everything. You got Cupid at the beginning of the year with the little bunny shooting the arrow. I mean, the baby shooting the arrow. You got Easter. You got St. Patrick's Day with a little leprechaun and green good luck and money and pot of gold. And then you got Easter with an Easter bunny and Easter egg. And then you got whatever else leads up to them making bullshit ass September 11th a holiday just so that they can make it look like they didn't do it. Leading up into Halloween, costumes, kids, candy. To Thanksgiving, you got turkeys and pilgrims, and they mispaint Thanksgiving or what that really was. And then you got Christmas with Santa Claus and elves and reindeers and toys. Everything was designed to pre-teach your kids so that they think that's what is that gets their attention and keeps them attracted to those dates and remembering those dates, to where this will never be outlawed or canceled. Like, these will always be holidays, as they attach them to this country, as Christianity is the root of this country. It's by design to my bad. It's by design to keep your kids trapped into that as well. It's crazy. That shit crazy as hell. But yeah, so what's y'all take? Like, let me read some of the chat. What's y'all take on the holidays and what y'all believe in and what you celebrate? I know it's hard with kids, I'm sure. Let me see. I'm gonna go back. Chat, look up the man who wrote the Bible on Google. Damn, Vinny, you over there all third eye open too, huh? Yeah, I like it. I don't believe in none of it. Dishonor R said I don't believe in none of it. I'm telling you, at this day and age in this country, I find so much shit believable, and that's why people will label me a conspiracy theorist. Because if they lied to you about the simplest shit, why wouldn't they lie to you about the biggest shit? If we got all this advanced technology and all these abilities and all these hidden secrets and all this CIA information and Pentagon and all this shit that's hidden shit, top secret shit that's slowly coming out from UFOs to like all this, bruh. All this propaganda of all these pre-planned attacks and viruses and all this. What makes you think they not lying to us about our history for real, for real? So I find a lot of this shit hard to believe. I find a lot of it like, as like a joke. Like they want to keep us blinded on these topics and this in our no power with distractions like something as small as a holiday. So again, that's my take on the Easter shit. I don't really celebrate them. To each its own if they do. Like I said, when my niece and nephew were younger, we would dye eggs. You know, don't get me wrong. My mom buys them Easter baskets. You know, for the youth, I guess. And I guess that's kind of fucked up because it kind of contradicts what I said. It's pre-programming. But we were doing it with them. But they're my niece and nephew. I can't control it. But I guess we do it for the kids because it's like, oh, you don't want to take their childhood away from them. But in a sense, that's a fucked up childhood to be lied to and it be programmed on this. Man, that shit's crazy. That's a rabbit hole in itself, try it. That's a rabbit hole in itself, man.